Boom, bam, bow. Bada bing, bada boom.
How do you chase your normal?
Uh, how do I chase my normal? I guess through hobbies and also kind of just talking about my problems with my friends and making like reassuring that it's okay to talk about problems, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, I guess chasing your normal was like really staying true to yourself or really taking an interest in the things that you like and like not being afraid to do just keep those interests.
Okay.
Uh, I think people have like lifelong interest and then you have to pick up some along the way. Sometimes people don't want to go into some interest because maybe their group of friends doesn't like it and they don't want to be like that all oddball out or like
Hmm.
go do it on their own. But yeah, I think hobbies plays a big part in how I chase my normal.
It reminds me of like just being your authentic self
Yeah,
in a
just being
way.
you. Yeah,
You will attract the people that you would need to attract as long as you're being your authentic self and
your vibe
your vibe.
attracts your tribe.
Whoa. Did you make that up yourself?
Is that what you're gonna go for, sir?
What?
No, yeah,
Bars.
I agree with that because I
Okay.
mean, well, I taught, oh, well, not taught you. I told you about energy and frequency and vibration and all that
Hmm.
kind of how I believe in that. So like, if you stay true to that and you keep putting all that energy out there, like, oh, I want to get better at like woodworking or I want to get better at this, and like with no negative thoughts, like it's gonna come to you no matter what, stuff like
Hmm.
that. So
Hmm.
it just doesn't matter about time as long as you just keep putting good vibes out there. It'll come.
In terms of how you combat those times where it might be a little more difficult
Hmm.
or there's might be some more roadblocks or construction in the way of you chasing your normal, how do you combat that?
I think that just all goes back to, well, talking it out with friends is one,
Hmm.
but I think it always will go back to basketball. It's been that lifelong thing, and I know you can relate to that. It's like, give me a basketball, give me a hoop or something, and it's just it's a different type of feeling when you're there.
Hmm. I feel like for us, it's like
Hmm.
second nature to be there.
Hmm.
So we can work on the craft
Hmm.
itself, or if we can just be in our thoughts
Hmm.
while just in those moments of like this is our natural
Habitat.
habitat. Yeah,
That's my habitat.
right, right.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It's sometimes it doesn't even feel second nature; it just feels like it's home.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a big part of mine.
Who or what gives you the energy to feel inspired, empowered, motivated?
So of course, definitely first is my mom. You always got to work for your family.
Hmm.
Mom has sacrificed a lot, so trying to sacrifice stuff for her now.
Of course.
Definitely close friends, you, my girlfriend, everyone that's kind of close with us, Greg and Ryan, and Jen, Jerry, Jen, all those girls,
Hmm.
everyone. Um, those are kind of big motivators, honestly. Not to kind of like prove to them or anything, but kind
Hmm.
of like make sure I can take care of them if they need to be taken care of,
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah.
How do you like to be taken care of, or how do you like to? What is your ways of taking care of others?
Uh, Taking care of others is, I guess, acts of service. I like doing acts of service for others. Um, with my degrees in psychology, I always like to emphasize that mental health. It's okay to talk things out if you need to talk things out.
Mm.
It's okay to not feel okay. That type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you can say I want to normalize that too. Like, just normalizing how you genuinely feel.
Hmm.
But yeah, I take care of friends by I believe acts of service. Um, I might not be always there physically, but whenever anyone needs anything, you need anything, or like Pansy needs anything, and it's an emergency, I'm dropping everything,
Mm.
and yeah, time is you can't replace it. So I feel like time is a really big thing
Hmm.
for me.
And yourself, for yourself.
For myself, acts of service is good actually. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, I don't really get caught up in the mix with like, oh, what's he doing today, or like, how come he didn't check up on me, or like,
Right.
they didn't wish me a happy birthday or nothing like that. Like, we're all growing up. We got to do our stuff, and you know, if we think of each other, we think of each other. We send a text, we call, whatever. Like, little stuff is that means the most to me, honestly. The little things. That's that shows a lot.
I appreciate that about you.
Thank you.
How do you currently cope with stress, and how do you filter between
Where's my
the
brain?
healthy stress and the unhealthy stress?
Where's my brain? Where's my brain?
You got
It's on the table. It's on the table. Oh, Kobe. That's how I cope with it. This I cope with no. Legitimately, how I cope with it. For me, by default, it's always like if you can solve it first, you can solve it first, and then if it gets past like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, legitimately, then I know it's like it bothers me, and then I'll vent to people, or I'll say, "Hey, can I talk to you?" or reach out to someone. If not, I don't know. Maybe I'll try and make something new, build another computer or something. I don't know. It's always that default. If I can solve it first, and it's doesn't or shouldn't escalate higher, then no need to involve anyone else. I got it under control and handled. But if it's really bothering me, then I know it's healthy to let it out.
Okay.
And so that's how I kind of let off that steam, by talking about it.
And what about those stressors that are maybe just toxic for your life, you know?
I think getting more to the point, expressing myself in that, I wouldn't say professional manner, but more so not as blunt manner.
Okay.
I had a hard time with that before. Like, whatever was on my mind, it was just flies right out. No filter, no nothing. And I've been kind of working on that. So I guess that would be a toxic situation or trait that I would definitely need to improve on.
Have you ever had this idea previously, like you thought you had the answer, and then maybe years later you realize, oh, that really wasn't the answer. This is the way I should be thinking about going about doing things.
Yeah, probably from like when I was probably in high school, like that perspective
Okay.
when we were younger. Probably like, this is how we should be treating or how I should be treating people, because I want them to treat me this way, or that type of situation. Definitely. I was an outgoing person, and very, if I can accommodate to the people, I'll accommodate to them, that type of stuff. And it wasn't always good for my mental, because I'm out here trying to please everyone and think everyone's my friend. And then when I need something, or, no one's around to be found. So I think back then I thought, oh, if I can please everyone and, be cool
You
with
get
everyone.
that reciprocation.
Yeah, then I'd get that reciprocation. And then going into, college, that's where you really find out who your friends are, if you have any friends, that kind of stuff. And like, I think it just kind of switched from, it slowly switched from high school to college. I'm not going to say it just started in college. It was like a gradual realization.
Right.
So I think that would be a big one in my earlier years. Recent years, anything that I can think of. Nothing on the top of my head, honestly. I try and plan ahead, and like, I have this thing about happiness where it's like, I'll check in on myself every 6 months, every year.
That's good.
Or however long I want to set.
Yeah.
And it's not just, am I happy in general? Like, am I happy with my job? Am I happy with my relationship? Am I happy with my own relationship with myself? Am I happy with friends? Everything that I set out, and I set that timeline, and then I'll revisit in that timeline.
Right.
And if
Reassess.
and I'll reassess it. And if anything's off, we make changes. So,
Is there anything other than happiness that you do your self check-ins on? Maybe like physical health, emotional health.
I feel like I put a big emphasis on the mental health. Like, since I was pretty young, I had to not grow up. I had to mature pretty quickly. So I feel like I put a big emphasis on it, and I check on myself daily. Like, if you have a bad day at work, you shouldn't let that go unnoticed, and like, maybe take another hour extra when you get home from work to like unwind, or sort out why you were feeling mad. But other than that, physically, I'm playing 3 leagues right now, so I'm trying to stay physically fine and fit. But You know, the older we get, the more our bodies shut down.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, but I think I do that with friends as well. Like, if I know no friendships are solid, and I know what the base is and what they value, it's almost like we're on the same level, and we can just prosper from there. But for those more so like newer friendships, it's like you test the waters out. Like, hey, what kind of person is this?
Yeah.
What kind of love do they need? Or like, just adjust from that.
Kobe, you are a master.
A master of clinical psychology with an emphasis in applied research. That is what I got my degree in, and that is what I am using my degree in for clinical research.
Why did you get into it?
Into clinical psychology?
Yeah, psychology in general, or whatever you wanted to delve into.
I was always interested in how people think and like the interactions between like interpersonal stuff and like group interactions, and maybe how you would react in this situation compared to that situation. There's just so much that we don't know about the mind in general, and how that plays a big effect in how people see things, perceive things, that type of stuff. Psychology. I don't know. It's involved in everything, man. Marketing. It's a lot. It's in everything.
What is something you would like to normalize?
Mental health, man. It's just like all the Instagram trainers and everyone, the physical trainers. It's the same thing. I mean, even though we can't really, we're trying to quantify our mental health and our illness and sometimes our mental problems. I want it to be more advocated for, and it's okay to call off from work one day just because you need to reset your mental. I did that 2 weeks ago, and it was on a random, like a Tuesday. I just woke up, I wasn't feeling it, and it wasn't like a depressed type of, I wasn't feeling it, or like I don't want to go to work feeling it. It was like there's problems going on in my life right now, and I need to take this day off.
Yeah.
Let me reset. I want to normalize that. I want to normalize genuinely feeling what you're feeling, happiness in the moment, sadness in the moment, grief in the moment. It's because once you start feeling those genuinely, I feel like you better understand yourself.
Yeah.
And you can better explain yourself to other people.
Yeah, and not be ashamed of feeling those feelings because they're validated and
you're feeling them.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you said. I mean, it's what you're feeling. You shouldn't be ashamed of it at all, not one bit. So I would really like to normalize that. It's a big thing.
It is a big thing.
Kobe. Here it comes.
Pineapple on pizza.
Ah, no, don't, no, why? Why? I don't like it. You know I don't like it. Why are you bringing this up? Why?
What are the reasons?
Why do you like it? What are the reasons that you... Okay.
First of all, you're projecting.
I am projecting. Because you know I don't like it. Okay. I don't like pineapples on pizza because they just don't go together. Warm pineapple with cheese and just... I'm not about it. Why are you...
Salty sweet? Salty sweet?
Pizza's not salty, though.
Cheese?
No, it's not that salty. Is that why you like it? Do you think it's salty and sweet?
Did I... On record.
I'm sorry.
Full disclosure.
I'm sorry.
Full disclosure, I'm not gonna... If that's the only pizza that's out there on the table, I'm not gonna not eat it.
I'm not gonna eat it. And don't tell me to just pick the pineapples off. No, I don't know. I don't like it. It's a weird... Sometimes it's a weird texture thing. Like, you know how some things are like half baked or like half cooked? Sometimes those companies, they don't cook the pineapple all the way. So it's like halfway cooked on the top where it's warm, and then like the rest of it's cold, and then it's like hot cheese.
Here's a real question.
Okay.
Let's say we're my mother's birthday party.
Pile it on.
And she's like, Kobe.
Yeah.
Here, try some of this pineapple pizza.
Definitely, I got you, Auntie. Definitely.
All right then.
I'm gonna try it, but it don't mean I like it,
closed.
right? It don't mean I like it, right? I'm gonna try it out of respect. It's her birthday. She said it's her pizza. If she likes it, she likes it.
There it is.
I'm not gonna be like, no.
You heard it, folks. Kobe loves pineapple pizza.
We're done. We're done. Wrap this up.
Okay, got him. I got him.
Why you doing this to me?
I got him. All right. All right. Who is Kobe?
I am still a work in progress, honestly. I feel like we all are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I'm not afraid to, make my own path, try something different. I believe that, or Kobe believes that life shouldn't always be on that up and up. It should be on that roller coaster effect.
Mm-hmm.
And how you handle things is who you are and what you're made of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a work in progress still,
We all are.
unfinished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts. If you want to be found, where can people find you? Any last advice you want to give to the people out there? Any shout outs or plugs that you have?
You can find me on Instagram, Kobes, KOBESSS, 3 S's. I don't really plug my Discord anymore. I don't really go on it as much, but maybe that's another hobby that I'll get into, a mental health Discord channel.
There you go.
I don't really want to or have anything to plug, honestly. I'd like to keep my head down and keep trucking forward.
Advice for the people. Shout outs.
Shout outs to my mom. I love you. I do everything for you. Friends, of course. Patrick, Greg. Shout out, Greg. I love you, man. You Mr. International, honestly. My girlfriend, love her. Shout out to Pansy. Everyone out there, if you're struggling, don't worry about it. We all go through those days, honestly. It might not get better the next day, but it definitely will if you keep your head up and keep going towards your goal. So yeah, it's okay to be okay. Keep going.
To be okay?
Yeah, it's okay to not be okay.
You said it's okay to be okay.
Oh, did I?
It's also okay to be okay. You're right.
Yeah,
It's okay to be okay, and it's
Like
also okay
both.
to be not okay.
yeah.
So I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good.
Kobe, thank you for checking in.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Patrick.
you. Much love, man.
Much love.
I know you'll be involved in chasing normal in some facet or another. So
Definitely.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, man. I love you.
Much love. Much love.